What happens when the most dangerous man in professional wrestling decides he's not finished breaking bones and shattering egos? Tonight on Monday Night Raw, CM Punk looked the Usos dead in their eyes and said, "I'm not done with you," and the entire WWE Universe collectively shrugged their shoulders like they were watching paint dry. But here's the thing that nobody's talking about. What we witnessed wasn't just a promo falling flat, it was the moment we realized that the battlefield has shifted, that the war CM Punk thinks he's fighting might already be over before it even began. If you love the chaos, the drama, and the raw, unfiltered truth about what's really happening in that squared circle, you need to be part of the SLAMZONE family. Hit that subscribe button right now, smash that notification bell, because what I'm about to break down tonight is going to change the way you see everything that's coming at WrestleMania season. Trust me when I say you don't want to miss a single upload from this channel. We're building something special here, and I want you right there with us every single week. So let's set the scene. Raw opens tonight, and the anticipation is thick in the arena. You can practically taste the electricity because everyone knows CM Punk is scheduled to appear. The crowd is buzzing, phones are out, ready to capture whatever verbal destruction is about to unfold. And when that static hits, when that cult of personality rips through the speakers, the United Center, his hometown, erupts like a volcano. This is Chicago. This is his city. This is where CM Punk became a god among men. He walks down that ramp with purpose, with that signature swagger that tells you he's got something venomous loaded in the chamber. The camera zooms in close on his face and you can see it, that cold, calculated look of a man who's been disrespected and is ready to settle scores. He grabs the microphone and for a moment, just a moment, the entire arena goes silent. You can hear a pin drop. This is that rare moment where 20,000 people collectively hold their breath because they know, something brutal is about to be unleashed. Punk starts talking and he wastes zero time. He goes straight for the jugular. He reminds everyone that at the Royal Rumble he didn't just compete, he survived. He battled through a war zone and came out the other side still standing. But the Usos? Jimmy and Jay? They tried to take him out. They tried to end his story before it could reach its final chapter. And CM Punk doesn't forget. He doesn't forgive. He doubles down right there in the middle of that ring, calling them out, demanding they show their faces, threatening to dismantle the entire bloodline legacy piece by piece if that's what it takes. The intensity is real. Punk's voice is rising, his words are sharper than barbed wire, and he's painting a picture of absolute destruction. He's telling the Usos that they made a mistake, a career-ending, legacy-destroying mistake, when they put their hands on him. And as he's delivering this verbal assault, you expect the roof to blow off. You expect the crowd to lose their minds. But here's where it gets weird. Here's where the narrative takes a turn that nobody saw coming. The reaction is mild, it's respectful, sure. There's applause. There's some cheers. But it's not the earth-shattering, WrestleMania-level pop you'd expect when the best in the world is declaring war on one of the most dominant tag teams in modern history. The camera pans across the audience and you can see it on their faces. They're interested but they're not invested. They're watching but they're not on the edge of their seats. And that, my friends, is the most devastating thing that could possibly happen to a CM Punk promo. Now, before the Punk loyalists come for me in the comments, and trust me, I know you're out there and I respect the passion, let me explain what's really happening here. This isn't about CM Punk losing his touch. This isn't about him forgetting how to cut a promo. The man is still one of the greatest talkers in wrestling history. But what we're witnessing is something far more complex, something that speaks to the evolution of storytelling in WWE and what the audience is craving right now. See, the Usos aren't just random heels anymore. They're not the guys everyone wants to see get destroyed. Over the past few years, Jimmy and Jay Uso have been on one of the most incredible character journeys in modern wrestling. We watched them struggle under Roman Reigns' thumb. We watched Jay, especially, get emotionally tortured, torn between family loyalty and personal dignity. We saw the brothers finally break free, find their own path, and become beloved figures in their own right. Their faces now, genuine, authentic baby faces that the crowd has emotionally invested in. So when CM Punk comes out and says he wants to destroy them, the audience isn't sure how to respond. Do we cheer for Punk, the returning legend, the hometown hero? Or do we protect the Usos, the brothers who fought so hard to earn our respect and love? It's a fascinating dynamic, and it's creating this tension that feels less like anticipation and more like confusion. The promo continues and Punk keeps pushing. He references their past, brings up the bloodline, mentions Roman Reigns, and tries every angle to get the visceral reaction he's looking for. But the energy in that arena remains stuck in neutral. It's like watching a master musician playing a beautiful symphony, but the audience is humming a completely different tune. The disconnect is palpable, and you can almost see Punk recalibrating in real time, trying to find the frequency that will make this crowd explode. And then the Usos' music hits. Jimmy and Jay walk out onto that stage, and now the crowd wakes up. The cheers get louder. The energy shifts. The Usos stand there in their matching gear, looking like they've been through a war and came out stronger for it. They've got that fire in their eyes, that brotherhood bond that you can't fake. And they start responding to Punk, defending themselves, explaining their actions, but here's the kicker. They're not backing down, but they're also not playing villain. They're standing their ground as men who were trying to survive in a dangerous environment, who were caught in the crossfire of something bigger than themselves. Listen, if you're loving this breakdown, if you're seeing the layers of this story the way I'm seeing them, do me a favor right now. Hit that like button. Drop a comment and tell me whose side you're on. Are you Team Punk or Team Usos? Share this video with your wrestling friends because we need to talk about this as a community. And if you haven't subscribed to SLAMZONE yet, what are you waiting for? This is your home for real wrestling analysis, not just surface-level reactions. We go deep. We go hard. We go honest. Join the family. The confrontation escalates. Words are exchanged. Threats are made. Security starts flooding the ring because everyone knows if these guys get their hands on each other right now, someone's going to the hospital. Punk is pacing like a caged animal ready to explode. The Usos are standing firm on that ramp, looking like they're ready for whatever comes next. The tension is thick enough to cut with a knife, and just when you think fists are about to fly, just when you think we're going to get that brawl that could set WrestleMania on fire, the segment ends. Just like that. Music hits. We go to commercial. And the WWE Universe is left sitting there wondering what just happened and, more importantly, wondering why they don't feel the way they thought they would feel. And this is the real story, folks. This is what nobody's talking about in the headlines. CM Punk doubled down tonight. He made his intentions crystal clear. He drew a line in the sand and dared the Usos to cross it. But the audience response tells us everything we need to know about where this storyline actually stands. The people aren't rallying behind Punk like WWE probably hoped they would. They're conflicted. They're torn. And in today's wrestling landscape, where fan reactions dictate so much of the creative direction, that's a massive problem. Now, does this mean the feud is dead? Absolutely not. Does it mean CM Punk is finished as a top star? Not even close. But what it does mean is that WWE has some serious recalibrating to do if they want this program to reach the heights it's capable of reaching. They need to find a way to make us care about this conflict in a way that feels urgent, that feels necessary, that feels like the only possible match that should be happening. Maybe they need to turn Punk heel. Maybe they need to give the Usos a more compelling reason to want this fight. Maybe they need to inject some personal stakes that go beyond just you attacked me at the Rumble. Whatever the answer is, tonight showed us that what they're doing right now isn't quite connecting the way it needs to. But here's the beautiful thing about wrestling. It's fluid. It's reactive. It can change on a dime. Next week, one promo, one backstage attack, one emotional revelation could flip this entire narrative on its head and make us forget we ever doubted it. So to everyone watching, to everyone who's part of the SLAMZONE family, keep your eyes locked on this story. Keep watching Raw. Keep engaging with the content. Because even though tonight didn't deliver the explosive reaction we expected, the pieces are still in place for something special. CM Punk is still CM Punk. The Usos are still one of the greatest tag teams of all time. The potential is there. The talent is there. Now it's just about finding that spark that turns potential into reality. Hit that subscribe button one more time if you haven't already. Ring that notification bell. Leave me a comment telling me how you think WWE should book this moving forward. Share this video because conversations like this, honest conversations about what's working and what's not, that's what makes wrestling great. That's what makes this community thrive. Until next time, this is SLAMZONE and we'll see you for the next breakdown. Keep it real. Keep it wrestling.